Ever wondered how a modern digital platform really gets built? From the ground up? Well, today we're doing just that. We're going to pull back the curtain on a complete blueprint. We're talking architecture, security, even the launch strategy, the whole shebang.
Okay, so to get our heads around all this, there's one core idea you've got to hold on to. And it's a great one. Think of this platform, SilentBot, less like an app and more like a private digital country club. Seriously, once you see it that way, every other piece of the puzzle just clicks.
So what kind of club are we talking about here? Well, at its heart, SilentBot is a specialized marketplace. It's a place where members can share and get their hands on exclusive digital tools and knowledge. Think of it as a community hub, but one with some pretty strict rules about who gets to use the best amenities. Right? And that leads us perfectly to our first stop on this tour, the front desk, the membership counter. Because, in any exclusive club, not all memberships are created equal. So let's see who actually gets to walk past that digital velvet rope.
Whoa, okay, look at this. This matrix here, it's basically the club's entire rulebook. And the details are actually super interesting. You see a guest, they can pretty much just peek in the window, view public posts, and that's it. A free user gets a little more. They can actually create posts. But see where the restrictions kick in? The second you want to see the good stuff, the premium posts, nope, the gate slams shut. And downloading files, forget about it, unless you're a pro or premium member. This is exactly where the value is created, by carefully controlling who gets access to what.
So let's just boil that whole chart down, right? It's really about two core experiences. Over here, you've got the free user. They can walk into the lobby, maybe post something on the community board, and use the free public stuff. But then you've got the premium user. And they don't just get in the club, it feels like they kind of own the place. They've got the all-access pass. Every room, every tool, every single download is theirs for the taking. So when you break it down, this whole tiered system is the business model. It's actually genius. The free tier is the lure, right? It draws people in, gets them to join, helps build a community. But the pro and premium tiers, that's where the money is made, by selling that feeling of exclusivity. It's like a strategic ladder designed to turn a curious window shopper into one of the club's most valued patrons. All right, so we get the membership structure. We know who gets in and why. But how is this whole digital club actually built? Let's do it. Let's step behind that velvet rope and take a look at the technical architecture that makes all of this tick. The best way to picture the construction is like a digital assembly line. First up, you have the client. This is the part you actually see, the fancy clubhouse facade, the lobby, the rooms, and it's all built with React. Then, when you ask for something like, hey, can I see that premium post? You're talking to the API layer. This is the club's concierge and staff, running around making things happen, all powered by Node.js. And way in the back behind everything, that's the data layer. These are the secure vaults where all the member info and exclusive tools are kept locked up tight. And here's a quick look at that whole tech stack. It's a really modern setup, and every single piece has its job. React, that's for the front end, everything the members see and click on. Node.js is the powerhouse in the back, the engine just handling all the requests super efficiently. PostgreSQL, that's the meticulous membership database, keeping track of everybody. And notice this. Storage and authentication are their own separate things. One's for holding all the heavy files, and the other, well, that's the club's vigilant security, the bouncer at the front door. Let's just zoom in on that storage piece for a second. What even is object storage? The analogy here is just perfect. Think about it. The database keeps an organized list of all the members and what they're allowed to do. But object storage, that's like the physical equipment shed out back. It's where the actual stuff, the digital golf clubs and towels, the software, the zip files, the tools, are all kept safe and sound until a member with the right credentials comes and asks for them. Okay, this brings up a really, really critical point. With all these different membership levels and all these valuable digital assets just sitting there, security has to be absolutely airtight. So, how does the club actually know you are who you say you are? And more importantly, that you've paid your dues? Let's dig into how they check your credentials. No, really, think about it for a second. When you log in, how does the system keep track of you as you move around? How does it know you're allowed to go from the lobby into that exclusive premium lounge? How does that bouncer at the digital door recognize you every single time you try to open it? Well, the answer is a clever little thing called a JSON Web Token, or JWT for short. And honestly, the best way to think of it is just as your digital membership card. That's it. When you log in successfully, the system hands you this secure, tamper-proof card. From then on, every single time you try to access something, a page, a download, you flash this card to the API, the club staff. They give it a quick check to make sure it's legit, and then they let you. Okay, so the club is built. The rules are all set. The digital bouncer is at the door checking IDs. The blueprint is officially complete. There's only one thing left to do: the grand opening. It's time to invite the world to join. Because a club is nothing without its members, right? So the launch strategy has to be super targeted. They're focusing on YouTube to find people who are already curious about this stuff: tech, online business. And the key here is that the message isn't just, hey, join our website. No way. It's an invitation. It's all about selling exclusive access and creating this energetic, professional vibe that makes you feel like you need to be on that list. And check this out. This is how they boil down that entire complex country club concept into one single powerful question for their ad. What if you had a key to a private library of the most powerful digital tools all in one place? See? That hook isn't just selling a product, it's selling a feeling of privilege, of access, of having a secret key to a secret place. It's the whole analogy wrapped up in one perfect sentence.
The biggest takeaway from all of this is that this blueprint, it's not just for SilentBot. Pretty much every digital service you use, from your social media feeds to your streaming apps, is its own kind of club. They all have their own membership tiers, their own velvet ropes, their own digital bouncers, which really makes you think, doesn't it? What digital clubs are you a member of, and what level of access do you really have?